Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe, especially if you love learning about history, science and also related to Malaysian natural resources. Today, we're diving into a super interesting topic, the history of oil and gas in Sarawak, one of the richest states in Malaysia when it comes to natural resources. Trust me, we're going to learn something new today. Enjoy!
Back to the year 1910, that when oil was first discovered in Sarawak, specifically in Miri, a coastal city located in the north part of the state. Now, the exact location of this discovery was on a hill, now famously known as Canada Hill. And right there, the very first oil well in Malaysia was drilled. It was called well number 1, but most people know it by its legendary nickname, the Grain Oil Lady. This oil well was developed by Shell, and it marked the beginning of the oil industry not just in Sarawak, but in the whole of Malaysia. It's pretty amazing when you think about it. One well in a quiet coastal town kick-started an industry that would eventually shape the entire nation economy. Back then, Sarawak was not part of Malaysia yet. It was under the rule of the Brooke dynasty, a family that governed the state for about a century. The government at the time allowed Shell to explore and develop oil resources in the region. Thanks to that partnership, Shell began expanding its operation. More wells were drilled in and around Miri, and within a few years, Miri transformed from a quiet town into a growing oil hub. By the 1920th century to 1930th century, crude oil from Sarawak was already being exported. This growth in the revenue and opened up more job opportunity for the locals. Infrastructure began to improve. Roads were good, ports were expanded, and Miri became one of the most developed towns in Borneo during that era. Even though the industry was still in its early stage, the foundation were being laid for Sarawak to become a future oil and gas powerhouse. Now, let's fast forward a few decades. In the 1960s centuries through the 1980s centuries, the oil and gas industry in Sarawak entered a new phase. Offshore exploration became more advanced, and that when natural gas was discovered in the waters of Nouvella, another coastal town in Sarawak. This was a game changer. Not only did Sarawak have oil, but now it also had significant reserve of natural gas, especially offshore. To take advantage of this, the first liquefied natural gas LNG plant in Malaysia was put in 1978, right in the blue. This facility, now known as the Petronas LNG complex, is one of the largest LNG facility in the world. And let's not forget, Petronas, the national oil company of Malaysia, was established in 1974. And it quickly became a key player in the development of Sarawak oil and gas sector. Petronas worked closely with international companies to expand production and exports. Thanks to the LNG plant and offshore gas fields, Sarawak became a major exporter of natural gas. supplying countries like Japan, South Korea, and China. This puts Sarawak on the global energy map. In recent years, the state of Sarawak has been playing a more active role in managing its oil and gas resources. One of the key players today is Petros, or Petroleum Sarawak Berhad. Petros is a state-owned oil and gas company established to ensure Sarawak has more control over its own natural resources. This includes licensing, regulation, and revenue management. Another important organization is Sarawak Energy, which focuses more on power generation and electricity. But it also plays a role in managing energy infrastructure linked to oil and gas. Why is this important? Because Sarawak wants to ensure the wealth generated from its resource stay within a state and benefit its people through better infrastructure, education, healthcare, and development programs. There has also been a push for sustainable practice in oil and gas production, such as reducing flaring, investing in carbon capture, and eventually transitioning to cleaner energy source. So, what the legacy of Sarawak oil and gas industry? Well, it's a story of how one discovery in 1910 grew into a multi-billion ringgit industry. From the grain oil lady in Miri to the LNG giant in Bintulu, Sarawak has played a critical role in shaping Malaysian energy landscape. And the story isn't over. With new technology, improved governance, and more investment in local talent, the future of Sarawak energy industry looks promising, not just in oil and gas, but also in renewable energy and innovation. And that's wrap up today. Deep dive into the history of oil and gas in Sarawak. I hope you found it informative and engaging. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friend, and drop a comment below. Maybe you have some personal story or family connection to this industry. And of course, don't forget to subscribe. More content like this. Thanks for watching, and I will be seeing you in the next video.